Now at 10, park lovers in Carthage might have something to look forward to. Details about plans to upgrade some of the city's parks. Plus, the Miami School District begins construction on some new buildings, and
it's day 3 of a standstill here on Capitol Hill. I'm Nicole D'Antonio with Republican leader Kevin McCarthy's ongoing battle to secure the Speaker's gavel.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Carthage residents could see changes in 2 of the city's parks. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM Shagun Bamadelli spoke to the city parks manager and residents and has more.
As the conditions of some of the city's busiest parks continue to deteriorate, Carthage City Council is considering renovating some of the city's parks in a couple of months.
Sure. We recently completed a parks master plan, and so we will be implementing quite a few things in that, specifically phase 1 and phase 2 of the parks master plan. Parks master plan is a statistically valid survey that we sent out to the community about a year and a half ago, and to really understand what the community wants to see in its parks.
Residents of Carthage say it is time for the parks to get renovated.
Honestly, they need to bring more stuff to Carthage and the parks for my kids to have more to do, and update the basketball goals and fix the bathrooms better, because it would be a lot better, because this bathrooms right there are half the time working, half the time they don't. And right now during the wintertime they have to lock them because it's too cold to have them open.
Amwandinga says new playgrounds and restrooms are coming.
Well, right now we're focusing on updating our restrooms and our playground equipment. We haven't had updated playground equipment in some time, so 2 of our parks will be seeing some presentations at the upcoming City Council meeting for approval for 2 playgrounds to go into 2 of our parks, and then we're working on finalizing some plans for 3 more playgrounds.
Reporting in Carthage, Shagun Bamadelli, KOAM News.
Park and Play Structures, a company based in Tennessee, will be contracted to replace playground equipment in Municipal Park and Carter Park for a total of about $1.4 million. The proposals will be considered by the council next week. Pittsburgh drivers should expect some detours starting tomorrow. Road construction begins on South Rouse Street. Traffic will be moved from the west side of South Rouse to the east side. Drivers will also be able to use East Quincy Street at the Rouse intersection. For a full breakdown of detour routes, download the KOAM News Now app. Authorities in Wheaton, Missouri are searching for an armed robber. The robbery happened early this morning. Authorities say a man robbed the Fast Trip in Wheaton at gunpoint. Say he demanded money, left the store with an undisclosed amount. He then drove north on Missouri 86. If you have any information that might help, you should contact the Wheaton Police Department. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us now with a first look at the weather.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a decent day for us today. Partly sunny skies, temperatures not bad, upper 40s, so pretty close to where we should be for this time of the year. 48, cold start 30, normal high is 44 degrees this time of the year, but it is cooling down. Stockton 32, 31 in Anderson, Grand Lake 30, Pittsburgh down to about 29 degrees. We do have some clouds which are starting to increase. This is what we're going to see as we go through the overnight hours tonight. So this will cap our overnight lows from dropping off too much. I think most of us will kind of sit in that 27 to 30 degree range. But clouds increasing ahead of our next storm system, so we're not going to see much in the way of sunshine for us tomorrow. We'll drop back right around 30, 43, mostly cloudy skies, rain chances by the weekend. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
And we'll catch you then. New year, new bills. After the U.S. Supreme Court struck down Roe v. Wade, laws across the country went into effect tightening abortion restrictions, and that includes in Missouri. The new legislative session is underway. Governor Mike Parson kicked it off with a prayer breakfast. More than 10 bills dealing with abortion are already filed for consideration by lawmakers. In the House, a bill would make it a felony to import, distribute, deliver, make, or prescribe any medication, drug, or other means to induce an abortion. One Senate bill, if passed, would put in place civil actions for violations of state abortion laws. There are some other proposed changes to abortion law. One House bill would establish an act isn't an abortion if done with intent to remove a fetus following a, quote, spontaneous fetal death. Another House bill would create an exception for the abortion prohibition in cases of rape or incest. Still a long way to go for those bills. They are read before chambers twice before being assigned to committees for discussion. The Missouri legislative session's last day is slated for May 12th. And in Washington, for the third day in a row, the new Congress remains at a standstill as Republicans battle with a hard right faction of their own party over the next House Speaker. In historic votes, they now have rejected GOP leader Kevin McCarthy's bid 11 times. Reporter Nicole D'Antonio has more.
The House will be in order.
Disorder reigned as the House was gavelled in for a third day in its historic struggle to elect a new speaker. Before voting kicked off Thursday, Representative-elect John James delivered a nominating speech for Republican leader Kevin McCarthy.
The issues today are over a few rules and personalities. We need a conservative fighter to help this country get back on the right track. But the first thing we need to do is elect Leader McCarthy as Speaker of the House.
So far, McCarthy has failed to convince far-right members of his party to support his bid for Speaker. He spent part of Thursday morning meeting privately with Republicans.
We're just going to keep working until we solve it.
It's the first time in a century that a nominee for House Speaker did not sail through on the first vote. GOP House members opposing McCarthy have, for now, joined together in support of an alternative choice.
I rise to place in nomination the name of Byron Donalds of Florida.
To try and break the stalemate, McCarthy's offered concessions, including making it possible for any single House member to call for a vote to oust the Speaker. He's also proposing the holdouts pick 2 members of the key House Rules Committee, which could shape legislation once the new session gets underway. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
With the speaker vote needing to go now to a 12th vote ballot, it's going to be the most since 1859. That's when it took 44 ballots for GOP Congressman William Pennington of New Jersey to win the speakership. Still ahead, the Miami School District begins construction on some new additions, plus a new health care option for seniors in Joplin. We're going to check out the Mercy 65 Prime Plus Clinic. The Miami, Oklahoma School District today began construction work on 2 new projects. One of those projects is a new central office. It's going to be built at the current site of the Health and Wellness Building near Nichols Elementary, and will house administrative offices in the school board meeting room. At Miami High School, the district is building a secondary classroom that'll include new locker rooms, an updated weight room, and a new accessible entrance for all students.
Our third round allocation of this COVID-19 money was roughly $5.9 million. This project is $2.1 million of that 5.9. So, we're able to take that. It'll stay. If that project goes over that amount, it comes out of local money.
That was for the second project. For the administration building, the district sold old buildings to cover the $1.2 million cost. There's a health care option in Joplin for older residents, brand new one. Mercy today held a ribbon cutting for its new Mercy 65 Prime Plus Clinic. It'll focus on serving Medicare patients, those 65 years old and older. Officials say it provides a more intensive primary care experience, which is frequently needed for seniors.
So they will have regular visits that they come back. We will schedule them on their first visit so they'll know for the next year when all of their appointments are. And then we will have some same day appointments beginning in March when our nurse practitioner starts. And once she's here, they can come here instead of having to go to walk-in clinics to get their care.
The clinic is at 2216 East 32nd Street between Rangeline and Connecticut Avenue. Buffalo Bills football player Damar Hamlin communicated by writing for the first time today since collapsing on the field on Monday. Doctors at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center say there's been substantial improvement in the 24-year-old's condition over the past day or so. Hamlin collapsed and went into cardiac arrest during Monday's game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Doctors say more tests will be needed to determine the cause of his cardiac arrest. Thousands of faithful packed St. Peter's Square today as Pope Francis presided over the funeral mass for his predecessor, Pope Benedict XIV. Francis was the first sitting pope to preside over the funeral of a retired pope in church history. About 50,000 people paid their final respects, including cardinals, bishops, and priests from all over the world. Benedict stepped down in 2013, the first pope to retire in 600 years. If you're a member of Delta Airlines' free SkyMiles loyalty program, you're soon going to get in-flight Wi-Fi free of charge. The airline says it'll have Wi-Fi on most of its domestic flights beginning February 1st. If you aren't a SkyMiles member, you can still get in-flight Wi-Fi, cost you $5. Delta says its wide-body international and smaller regional jets will be coming online by the end of 2024. A little bit later, an atmospheric river storm, as they call it, pounds California. We're going to take a look at the damage.
Plus, we're going to look at that jet stream as it pushes a storm system in for the weekend. Those details coming up. Well, definitely turned out to be a nice one for us today. Temperatures pretty good, upper 40s, partly sunny skies. Not bad for the first week of January. We are going to get a lot of clouds in here late tonight into tomorrow, but overall, looking pretty good. Nice shot. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort Indigo, just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, temps for us today, upper 40s. We hit 50 once you got down in the northeastern parts of Oklahoma. Of course, it's cooled down. We're down to 34 in Nevada. It's 34 in Monette. Grand Lake at 30, Pittsburgh 31, Parsons 28. Most of us are going to sit kind of in that 27 to 30 degree range for overnight lows. 35 in Joplin West. Southwesterly winds light. Those are going to pick up a bit tomorrow too. Humidity is at 54%. So we're going to hang near 30. Clouds increase as we get into the morning hours. We'll have mostly cloudy skies. You can see a few of those mid and upper level clouds already outside, picking up western Kansas down through the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas, and then continues to thicken up. Next storm system, western third of the country. It's not going to have a ton of moisture once it gets to us, but it will give us some rain chances late tomorrow night, and then heading into Saturday. You can see that wave right in here, just past Las Vegas. All right, let's go through time. Tonight, we're fine. Clouds increase, while partly sunny skies when you wake up in the morning, near 30. Through the morning, clouds continue to thicken, near 50 by noon. Let's go into the afternoon. Most of us, lower 50s. Carthage, 53. Miami, about 55. Chanute, about 51. But mostly cloudy skies. Can't rule out a random sprinkle or two. Late tomorrow evening, we'll start to see a few showers popping up into Saturday morning. These are going to be very light, very scattered, not much in the way of rainfall amounts, but they are going to be out there. Light showers kind of on and off throughout the day on Saturday. Temperatures a little bit cooler, highs mainly into the mid to upper 40s. Any rain we do have should kick out of here Saturday night and then into Sunday morning. So here's your day planner for Friday. Not really much in the way of sun, but it is Friday, 31 in the morning, 51 by noon, high 53. We back to 52 late in the day. Now, the winds are going to start to pick up. They're not super strong, but a little breezy. We're going to have winds gusting 20, maybe upwards to 30 at times during the afternoon. All right, Sunday looks good. Let's go to Monday, looks good. Tuesday looks good. Clouds increase Wednesday. Here comes our next storm system, plows out into the Central Plains. This is going to be Thursday. This will most likely give us showers, maybe some thunderstorms, and depending on the track of that area of low pressure, we could get a little bit of snow on the backside. So we'll kind of focus on that system as we go through the next week. 53 tomorrow, 49 Saturday with those showers, 48 Sunday, 56 on Monday, back to 60 on Wednesday. Rain chances on Thursday, and then cooling back down just a bit as we go into next weekend. Another system next Sunday. Once we get to the middle of the month, things really start to pick up.
Oh, you know what? I thought you were going to say things get interesting.
They also get a little interesting.
Yeah, that's something you don't want to hear from your meteorologist. Oh, well, I know you'll keep us posted. Thanks, Doug. Storm after storm has been hitting California. This after the state was already hit over New Year's. At least 6 people have died since Sunday. One of the most recent was a toddler. Reporter Daniel Bacchus is in San Francisco with details.
The massive storm system drenching California has left some roads impassable. The raging floodwaters prompting several rescues, including this man in San Jose and these dogs in Santa Barbara. The heavy surf destroyed piers and left debris scattered across beaches. Powerful winds have uprooted trees and knocked out power to thousands of homes and businesses. North of San Francisco, a redwood tree fell into a mobile home, killing a toddler.
When I first arrived on scene, a frantic father came out of the house holding the child. He was kind of covered in debris, and he said, "My child's not breathing."
In Oakland, trees smashed into an apartment complex, destroying Victoria James's home.
I broke down. I tried to stay strong around the kids because I don't want them to see me upset, but it's hard. I mean, we don't have anything but what's on our back. Like, kids don't have shoes on or nothing.
The storm also brought down the roof at this South San Francisco gas station. Authorities are warning residents to stay off the roads and indoors unless ordered to evacuate. Up in the mountains, the storm is packing on much-needed snow to help resupply the state's drinking water. But it's also made for dangerous roads. This driver lost control, but luckily didn't suffer any injuries. Danya Backus, CBS News, San Francisco.
Still ahead, it's day one of the Kaminsky Classic at Joplin High School, and Pittsburgh and Columbus square off tonight on the wrestling mat. Jacob Leonard has that and a lot more coming up next.
Well, today is the opening day of the Kaminsky Classic at Joplin High School. Now, the Eagles are first on the schedule today, facing the William Chrisman Bears in round one. Joplin trying for back-to-back tournament titles in the Kaminsky Classic coming into the day at 5-3. Early on, tough finish here from Collis Jones. Joplin leads by 4 after the first. To the second quarter, Quinn Renfro on the break, rises up and gets the lay in. Then Renfro drives, gives it up to Terrence Gibson for the two-handed jam. Eagles keep the lead at 4 at halftime. Third quarter, that's when they pulled away. All right, gets the hot hand, pull-up 3 for the Eagles. Then another right, finishes with a game-high 20 points. Moments later, Gibson all alone on the break. He goes for 15 points, 9 rebounds. Joplin gets by William Chrisman in round one tonight, 53-45. After that one, it's Neosho taking on Francis Howell in their tournament opener. And Neosho 9-2, coming off a road win over East Newton. In that one, the Wildcats fall 57-23. Collier Hendricks only won in double figures for Neosho with 13 points. And then it's Webb City's turn. Cardinals on a 5-game winning streak coming into the night, facing the Jefferson City Jays. Big-time double-double from Alex Martin, 22 points, 14 rebounds. Webb City gets by the Jays 66-62. A local wrestling here in Pittsburgh. Purple Dragons host the Columbus Titans tonight. Boys side, 138 pounds, Corbin McIntyre, ranked 3rd in the state in Class 5A. Gets a win by a fall 43 seconds in. He's now 14-5 this season. Then at 157, J.J. White for Pittsburgh. Went into the second period with Caden Cox, but wins by a fall to get to 17-2 this year. Now, heavyweights, Jake Eddington for Columbus, 29 seconds in. He wins his match by a fall to finish the duel, but not enough. Pittsburgh boys win over Columbus 55-24. Now to the girls, 105 pounds, Grace Noel for Columbus. In the final seconds of the third period, gets a win by a fall just before the buzzer. And Pittsburgh responds at 110. Isis Galindo, just more than a minute into the match, gets a win by a fall. At that point, it is 6-6. This one stayed tight, but the Titans' best did what they were supposed to do. Addie Saporito here wins by a fall at 120 late in the first period. Pittsburgh and Columbus split the night. The Titan girls beat the Dragons 36-30. Well, both the Pittsburgh State Gorillas and Missouri Southern Lions are in action tonight in MIAA conference play. Missouri Southern is out in western Kansas tonight, facing the Fort Hays State Tigers. On the women's side, the Lions are 12-2 coming into the night, ranked 11th in the nation. And not a good one this evening. Southern gets outscored 26-11 in the fourth, falling 72-54. Chrislyn Jones leads the way for the Lions with 15 points. Maddie Stokes also in double figures with 12. After that, the Southern men hit the floor against the Tigers. The Lions kind of on a roll right now. They won 4 straight after beating Pitt State on Monday. They make it 5 straight tonight, winning 68-56. 4 players in double figures for the Lions, with Vincent Sigmund Jr. leading the way with 16 points and 6 rebounds. The Pittsburgh State Gorillas are also on the road tonight. The Gorillas are in Nebraska, facing the Nebraska Kearney Lopers. On the women's side, it's a big one for the Gorillas. UNK is 13-3 and ranked 22nd in the nation. Pitt State looking for back-to-back wins over ranked opponents after beating Southern on Monday, but Kearney too good, winning 70-55. Another double-double for Pitt State sophomore Corinna Gerber. She goes for 15 points and 10 rebounds. After that one, the Pitt State men face the Lopers, trying to bounce back from Monday's loss to Southern. They fall on a pair of late free throws, 63-61. Quentin Hardrick Jr. scores a game-high 17 points for Pittsburgh State. So day one of the Kaminsky Classic, Joplin looking to defend their tournament title, off to a good start, beating William Chrisman earlier today.
And more to come. More to come here as well. We'll be right back. Take time now to honor a local veteran. Nick Norris served in the U.S. Navy from 1967 to 1971. The Grove, Oklahoma native was stationed in Vietnam, and we are proud to salute Nick Norris, a four-state hero. All right, look at this. BMW has unveiled a new concept car that changes color. It's one of a couple of concept cars the auto giant showcased at the Consumer Electronics Show, both called the iVision D concept. The D, spelled D-E-E, stands for Digital Emotional Experience. The color-changing model can go through a full palette of colors with different parts of the car body showing different colors all at once, including the wheels, which seems like an extraordinarily bad idea because you do not want the other guy on the road coming at you to be distracted by your color-changing car.
Or what if a police are in pursuit? Find the red one, the green one.
If you're looking for a getaway car, I guess that would be the one you want. I don't know.
Saying. Yeah. All right, tomorrow a lot of clouds. Temperature's not bad. High temperature 53. Some showers by the weekend.
Sports notes.
Semifinals at the Kaminsky Classic tomorrow. Joplin faces Francis Howell at 7:30.
Morning show, 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.